About 2 years ago, a new restaurant came to my small town called Huddle House. I was asked about a year later to do a mystery shop because there had been so many complaints of customer service and bad food. I accepted the request from the company, and my instructions were that I must place my order online and I must go pick it up by parking in the designated parking spot for picking up orders. The instructions said after I place my order and I must buy these exact items: sausage and gravy, a waffle, and scrambled eggs. So I ordered those things online. The instructions told me to not show up until at least 15 minutes because that's how long it usually takes them to make an order. So I wait 15 minutes. I drive to the designated parking spot that says you're here to pick up your food. And there was only 2 of them, and they were right in front of the store. You could not miss if someone parked there. When I got there and I parked in the spot I'm supposed to, I was supposed to write down how many cars were in the parking lot. There were 3. I was supposed to write down how many people were in the dining room. You could see very clearly through the windows there was only 1 customer, an older gentleman drinking coffee. I was supposed to document where I saw employees and how many in what areas. I saw 4 employees sitting at a table. They were slow, no hate, but I still had to document it because everything I said was going to be validated on camera and audio because that's how they do things. Anyway, so I documented that there's 4 employees sitting at a table. Well, I'm still sitting in that parking lot while I'm documenting this stuff, okay? All 4 employees sitting at this single table are facing me in my truck. Like, we have made eye contact several times, but nobody came out to greet me. Nobody asked me what my order was, nothing. I waited another 5 minutes, so now I've been sitting there for, I've been waiting for my food for 20 minutes now. So I decide to walk in. As I walk in, "Hey, honey, how can we help you today?" "Oh, well, I placed an order online. The name's Kayla." "We didn't get no order." "Did we get an order?" The cook was like, "No, we ain't get no order." I was like, "You did, Newberry, South Carolina, Huddle House, the only one here." So the cook, gets up moaning and groaning and kind of talking shiitake under his breath. And I'm like, oh God, I really wanted them to rock it. We needed a good restaurant. Anyway, I knew where this was going. So he gets up and he goes wherever the orders are printed out, and he pulls my order. He's like, "Yep, we got one about 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that, ma'am. If you just wait in here, we'll make it up for you right away. It'll be less than 10 minutes. I'm like, well, they're supposed to deliver it to my vehicle, and I want to give them the opportunity to do that at least. So I said, "Is it okay if I just sit in my vehicle and wait?" And one of the girls sitting at the table without even getting up was like, "Girl, you can sit in here and wait. It's going to be less than 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God. I tried to give you another break. Okay, no problem. So I sit at a booth. Then another associate sitting at that table said, "Girl, that's a booth. You don't need no booth to sit in. You just need a chair. That's taking up valuable space for a waitress." And I'm like, this is an empty restaurant. All right, another mark. I'm like, oh, no problem, no problem. So I go and I sit at a regular chair against the wall, looking awkward as, effing hell. Just sitting there. And then my food's ready in less than 10 minutes. Well, instead of him bringing it to me, he flops it on the counter and says it's ready, and then goes to sit back down at the booth with the other girls. So I get up and I go check my food. It's awful. The gravy and biscuits are covering the eggs and the waffle. It's gross. It is totally gross. And I don't say anything because I'm not allowed to. So I'm not allowed to yet. Make that very clear. So I take my order back to the car. I take a picture of the timestamp on top of the box, like the receipt that says when it was made, when it was processed, all that. And then I take a picture or a screenshot of my order, when I ordered it, all this. I document everything I can. No one has a name tag on, of course. And then it's time for me to go back in and reveal myself. So I go back in, and they're like, "Well, what did we forget now?" And I'm like, "Oh, you didn't forget anything." And they're all just looking at me like, "Then what the hell are you doing in here?" I said, y'all, I have something to tell you. And the looks on their face were like, what does this girl have to tell us that we give a F about, you know? I'm sorry to say it, that's my favorite part when it's reveal time. And I have plenty of those stories alone of revealing myself. And I'm like, well, y'all, I just mystery shopped you and you have failed miserably. And I really hate saying that because we really needed some new restaurants here that rocked and all of their jaws dropped. And the cook was like, I'll remake it. I'm like, it's beyond that now. I said, I don't know if you know, but the cameras are rolling, it records audio, and everything you've said to me, you know, and everything that's gone on, and y'all sitting at that table staring at me in my truck while I was waiting for you to come ask me what my pickup order was, all of that's on camera. All of that's on audio, and I have to state the exact same things that happen to the best of my ability, or I get fired, and I can't do that. Then the manager, if you want to call her that, said, girl, I got a bunch of free meal cards. Please let me give you a free meal card. I'll give you 100. I can give you as many as I have. I'm like, no, I can't accept that. That's bribery. And she was like, well, I don't see a problem. I'm like, again, I can't do it. Like, this is what happened. This is how it's going to go down. Then the cook says, gosh darn it. He was like, man, I'm going to get fired. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, well, you know, you should have followed protocol and checked the orders, or someone being back there checked the orders coming in. He's like, yeah, but it's just so tempting to just chill when you could chill. And it was pretty bad, but they just begged me. And then you would think they would try to straighten their act up. But, you know, as I'm leaving and walking out, two of the employees come out, sit on the curb in the front door, light up a cigarette, and just start talking shit about me. Like, and I can hear it. So, yeah, that's another wonderful story of my mystery shopping. I almost got 100 free meals, y'all.